In this video, I'm going to show you guys how to carry out your CAC registrations for incorporated trustees, or what we also know as the NGO CAC registration. Now, NGOs or incorporated trustees include when you are doing a registration for maybe churches, maybe for a club, maybe for a foundation, and every other kind of non-governmental organization. Okay, so now this kind of registration is a little bit different from your normal business name or company registrations, and the requirements are a little bit different from those of the other ones. Okay, so I'm going to walk you through the process of doing that in this video, but if you want someone to do it for you professionally so that you don't encounter issues, then you can always reach out to me using the WhatsApp link in the video description, and then we can help you sort it out. But if you want to do it for yourself, or maybe you are even a CAC agent and you are doing it as business registration, of course this video is going to guide you on how to go about that. Meanwhile, I also have a masterclass dedicated especially for those of you that are using CAC for business, to register that businesses and make money from it. Okay, so that masterclass is actually 10,000 naira, just a one-time payment, and I'm going to provide you specialized training, not just the ones you're seeing on YouTube, and then mentorship, which for me is the most important aspect of doing this. So if you are interested in joining that class, you can always reach out to me using the WhatsApp number in the video description. So without wasting any further time, let's get over to it, and let me show you how to carry out your CAC NGO registration, or what we also call the Incorporated Trustees registration. Let's get right to it. So the first step that you're going to take if you want to register an NGO or incorporated trustees is for you to create a new account with CAC. This is only for you if you are a public user, but of course if you're an accredited agent already, you should have your portal already set up. Okay, but if you are a public user, or you are using this CAC registration for business but you are not an accredited agent, you must have to create a new account for your client or your customer. You don't want to use your account to do the registration, it will not work. Okay, so you have to create a new account for them. Now, depending on where you're watching this video, as at the time of my recording this video, CAC actually disabled the ability of public users to be able to create a new account. So what happens is that when you try to create a new account, CAC don't send the verification link, and without the verification link, your new account cannot be active. So if you find yourself in that situation, now if you are not an accredited agent but you are using CAC for business, well, you might just have to outsource this job, or you can use the WhatsApp contact in the video description. Just chat me up, let's see what we can do to help you so that you can have your job done. But if you are a public user, you are not a business owner, you just want to register maybe your church, your any of your NGOs, then you might need to outsource this job to an accredited agent to do it for you, which actually is what I even advise, especially when you're registering an incorporated trustees, because it can be a little bit dicey sometimes. Okay, but then if you still want to do it yourself, then you might have to wait until CAC sends you a verification link for you to be able to create a new account. Okay, so all you need to do to create a new account, for example, just to go to pre.cac.gov.ng. Okay, and once you come here, you want to come to this register option here. Okay, and here you want to fix in either your phone number or your NIN. I always prefer the phone number. Okay, so all you need to do is just to fix in the phone number, and then CAC is going to ask you to fill a form. When you click next, I don't want to do that now because I already have an account created. And then what's going to happen is you're going to send that verification link I talked about. If you are registering as at the time when CAC is sending the verification link, then you get the link in your email inbox, and once you click on the link, you'll be able to complete your account creation process. I have videos on how to create your account on several other videos on CAC registration. I will link some of them in the video description. So if you need to create an account, you might need to watch those videos so that I don't get this particular tutorial too long. So if you have gotten your account created and everything is set up, all you need to do is just to log in into your account now, and then you want to come to this new name reservation. Okay, so once you get there, you want to come to this classification, click it, and then you want to pick incorporated trustees. You are not going to see NGO there. Okay, so don't be confused, it is also called incorporated trustees. You want to choose that, and then you just want to come in here in select specific time. You just want to click incorporated trustees, And here is where you want to fix your name. I already told you the things you must put into consideration when picking out a name for your NGO or your incorporated trustee. So here you want to put in your name. Alright, so I'm going to put in my name here. Of course, you know by now that you must have also done your availability search and be sure that your name is available before you can use it. So here, I'm just going to be leaving mine with this option 1. Of course, CAC gives you the option to also add option 2 and option 3 for it. So I'm always okay with my option 1. So the reason for availability search, I'm going to come in here and then I'm going to say new incorporation and registration. Alright, so once I fill that, all I need to do is to come to this green option here and then I'm going to apply for reservation code. Alright, so once I do that, you can see here that it's going to take me to this point where I need to complete 7 quick steps. So I'm going to come in here. Okay, so here, classification of the association. What is the classification 1? So here you just want to come in here and then, now let's talk about this place. You want to scroll all the way down. So here you can see faith-based association, social club-based association, cultural-based association, sporting-based, foundation-based, community-based. Okay, so you want to choose the one that is most relevant to you here. Please, you have to be very careful when you're doing this because these are some of the reasons why a lot of people get queried about their choice of name. Okay, so you already know what faith-based association means. If you're registering a church or you are registering anything that has to do with a religious body, you want to go for that. Social clubs, you know what a social club is. Cultural based, if it's something of maybe your culture, your community and stuff like that. Sporting based, that's straightforward. Foundation based, so most time if your incorporated trustee's name end with a foundation, for example, you want to go for foundation, and then you want to just make sure that you understand what your NGO is all about before you make a choice here. And you can see here community based association, so you want to pick the one that is most relevant to your NGO. I'm sure it shouldn't be a problem, so I will be going for foundation based association here. So for classification 2, you can see I'm just going to choose any of them here. But if, for example, you chose, let's say, faith-based association, when you come to classification 2, you can see that it actually breaks down other things here, okay? So if it's a church, if it's a mosque, if it's churches or mosque or at the rest, you want to pick the most relevant. So let's go back to the one I want to use. Okay, so here, description of the association's classification. So here, all I need to do is just to describe what this association is for, straight. So that's exactly what you want to do here. You just want to explain what your NGO is all about and describe what your NGO is going to be doing to the public. So here you want to fix in your email address. For all of these places, you can see they are straightforward. You just want to put in your registered addresses, just as you see me do. So once you do that, you want to click on save and continue. Alright, so here they're asking you to fill in the minimum number of trustees. Now, trustees are the people that are going to be running the NGO. It's as simple as that. Okay, so for the minimum number of trustees, of course, trustees are the people that legally control and manage your foundation or your NGO. Okay, so you must have a minimum of at least 2, and then you can have maximum of as many as you want. Okay, but one thing I want you to take note of is that when you're making payments, the number of trustees will actually determine how much you're going to spend, because you will have to go to the court and do a stamp declaration for each of your trustees, and those guys are going to charge you there. So you want to put that into consideration, just in case you are doing this for business and you are trying to get how much you need to charge your customer. Okay, so here for trustee tenure, okay, I will just be putting 10 years here, but if you're doing this for business, you can also ask your customers if they have a specific number of years they want to use for their trustees tenure. If they don't, you can just put something like 10 years is going to go. Okay, so for the custodian of common seal, I'll go with the secretary. You can always do that, it's going to always go. Now for the governing body, I'm going to use the chairman. You can also do that. Okay, so application of fund, I think I have a template here. And if you're one of my students and you want to now to really tailor these things to your own particular kind of registration, you can always let me know in our closed WhatsApp group. And then I'm going to just help you to, reorganize the template so that it can work for your kind of registration. Okay, but then it's just straightforward. Even if you're not in my class, you can always use this as a template to work out your own. And then for keeping of accounts, I also have another one here. Okay, so this, the foundation shall open an account with any bank in Nigeria. The trustee shall ensure an accurate keeping of all income and expenditure. Okay, so I'm going to just put that in here. All right, so once that is done, I'll just go ahead and save and continue. Okay, so here, what are the aims and the objectives of your NGO? I think this is very straightforward. Okay, so for this particular example, I'll just say the aim is to provide funding support to schools that train physically challenged kids. All right, so this is it. Okay, so once I put this in, I'm going to click on add. Now, if I have more aim and objective, all I need to do is just to click this and then add as many as possible. But for this demonstration, let's just leave it at 1. So I'm just going to delete this. Okay, so once I'm done with that, I'm going to just click on save and continue. All right, so here I am supposed to add in all the trustees of this company. Okay, so I don't think I need to spend much time on this. I'm just going to pause this video and all of this. You can see here they're just asking for the personal information, the names, the nationality, the phone number, and postcode. They are all straightforward. So let me pause this video and quickly fill this form for each of my trustees. Alright, so all you need to do is just to fill this form, but there is an aspect of this form that I need to explain to you. So I'm going to scroll down up to this point. Now, when you fill up to this point, now you can see here they said here that appoint as chairman. Now, what they are saying here is that if you want this particular trustee that you are filling the information here to be the chairman of the NGO, that means you want the chairman to also be a trustee, right? So you're just going to tick on this, okay? But if the person is not the chairman, then you don't have to do this. And also, if you have a chairman and you don't want the chairman to be a trustee, you also don't have to do this. So here they are saying add as secretary only. Now, if this person that you have added here is only going to be acting as a secretary or as the secretary of the NGO, not a trustee at all, then you're going to click on this. Okay, you're going to click on this. But if you want the person to act both as a trustee and the secretary of the NGO, then you're going to click on this. So this is what this means. Okay, but if you want the person to just be an ordinary trustee, not a chairman, not a secretary, then you're going to leave all of these boxes blank. Okay, so once you do that, you're just going to add trustee. Okay, so I'll go ahead and add a second trustee. As you can see here, I cannot continue because I don't have the minimum number of trustees that is required for this particular point of registration to be carried out. So let's go ahead and let me add another trustee. All right, so I have added the second trustee. As you can see now that I can actually save and continue. So if you have more than one trustee, of course, you want to go ahead and add your trustees, and then once you're done, you're going to save and continue. Okay, so here for document upload, the first thing, as you can see here, they are all optional, so you don't necessarily need to add anything if it is not necessary. So once you are good with that, you want to click on save and continue. Okay, and then you want to come over here and confirm your information to be sure that everything that you have added is correct. Okay, so once you're good with that, you want to click on save and continue. Okay, so you can see here that you have 5,000 naira to make as payment. So all you need to do is just to click on the remitter here and then fill in your payment details, and then you go ahead and make that payment. So once your payment is successfully made, your application is going to move to this pending or queried position, and then you have to wait for a few days depending on how fast CAC is, and then they're going to review, and then if they approve the application, your application is going to be moved to the reserved portion here. It's just to click on the reserved box. Alright, so what you want to do is you want to come to the list and then identify your own particular registration. Of course, I don't expect you to have as much as this because this is an accredited agent portal with several registrations, so yours should just be your own one or two thereabout. Okay, so all you need to do, as you can see here, is to click on start registration. Alright, so once you click on it, it's going to bring you up to this point. So the first thing it's going to ask you is for you to add your meetings, okay? Alright, and once you click on it, you're going to see here, it's going to ask for quorum and meetings, okay? So for quorum, okay, if we check here, let's see what quorum is. Here they say a quorum is the minimum number of members of a group necessary to constitute the group at a meeting. Okay, so that's what a quorum means. So all I need to do is just to come here. I'm going to copy this quorum that says the quorum for the meeting shall be formed by 1/3 of the members in each particular meeting. Okay, so if you do this, it's going to work out. So I'm just going to copy that, and then I'm going to place it in here. And then for the meeting, again, I'm going to come here. So here is, I actually did it for a church. Okay, so if yours is, for example, a foundation, you're going to say for effective administration of the foundation. If it's a foundation for the church or the ministry or the whatever it is you're registering, there shall be the following meeting: annual general meeting, executive meetings, and then annual meetings. Okay, so but then if you have something else that you want to put, you can always put it, but this is just for you. Let's say you don't have any idea of what to put inside that place, that's why I'm doing that for you. Okay, so you just want to add this to it, and then you want to click on add. Okay, so once you had that, if you come here, there is really nothing you can do about this again. These are the trustees that you have added in the first stage of the registration. So just have to leave this one the way it is. And then once you're good with your meeting, you want to click save and continue. Alright, so it's going to take you to this page where you need to add your source of income. Of course, you know that as NGO, you are not supposed to be engaged in regular business activities. So you need to state where you hope to get your money from. So for example, this is a church registration, and then you can see here that their sources of income is through offerings, through tithe, through free will donations, through fundraising from harvest, through service revenues. Okay, so basically most times it's going to be through donations, right? Okay, so if you have more, let's assume maybe you don't run a church, maybe it's a foundation. Just mention all the places where you hope to be getting your sources of income from. So once you get that done, you want to go to save and continue. All right, so listen to this, another very important one here. So here you are supposed to publish this company name in 2 different newspapers that are domiciled in Nigeria. The first has to be a local newspaper, maybe the one in your city or your state, while the other one will be a national newspaper. Okay, so now this is one of the reasons why your incorporated trustees registration may not be approved very quickly, because first of all, this publication has to circulate for 28 days, okay, before you can go ahead to use this. So all you need to do after you have published your newspaper is to come here, and here you want to input the date of the publication of that paper. Here you want to mention the name of the newspaper. Okay, so here you want to mention the particular page that your own publication was made on the newspaper. So you do that for the first publication, and then you also do that for the second publication. And once you're done with that, you want to click save and continue. All right, so you want to get to this point. You can see here you have some uploadings to do. Of course, the first one has to be means of identification. So here you want to upload the ID of your trustees. Okay, your trustees, your chairman, your secretary, you want to put in their IDs here. So the way you do it is that you just want to use the same document, okay, post them maybe on different pages of the same document, and then it has to be a PDF file, and then you want to upload it. And then here for signature, you want to upload the signature of your trustee. So depending on how many trustees you have, CAC is going to give you the list of the different trustees that you need to upload their signature. Okay, so you want to make sure you do that also. So for newspaper publications, you also want to upload those newspaper publications where that are indicating the name of your NGO, right? Okay, so the way it works is that of course you don't have to upload the whole newspaper. You just want to take that page that your NGO was published, and then you want to highlight it, okay? You want to highlight it, and then you want to upload here. So that's what you do here. Then you want to upload the minutes of your meetings. You want to upload your statutory declaration form. All right, this form is the court declaration of your trustees, okay? I'm sure you would have done, you go to the courts and then you tell them that you want to do a court declaration for trustees. They're going to help you get it done, okay? The payment depends on different people, okay? It's not fixed, so you want to make sure you also get that one ready. And then if maybe your organization is an international organization or anyone that require you to upload any affiliation with other organizations, you also want to put that. But as you can see here, it is optional, it is not compulsory. And then if you have any other document that you think CAC should look at, you also want to upload them here. Again, as you can see, it is also not compulsory. So once you get all of this uploaded, the next thing you want to do is to click on save and continue. And here you will just have to preview all your registration to be sure that everything you have done is correct and well done. Okay, so once you do that, the next thing is that you want to click on proceed to payment. And as you can see here, you will be paying 35,000 naira, okay, to CAC. So that's going to be 35,000 naira plus the 5,000 naira that you paid for the first stage of the application. So everything sums up to 40,000 naira. So you're paying CAC about 40,000 naira excluding the bank charges. And then remember that you're going to also be paying, those that are doing your court declarations and the other things that you need to get ready, your newspaper publication. So you want to put all of those things into context so that you know how much you're going to be spending in carrying out this registration. So it's as simple as that. Once you get all of this ready, all you need to do is just to click on the remitter button here, fill in your payment details and then pay. And then once you're done paying, it's going to come over here at the pending approval and you're going to see it here as pending. Okay, so you're going to check it up again. For how many days we don't know. Just like any other registration, you keep checking it. If it is queried, it's going to come here, and if it is registered, you're going to see it here at the registered portion. All right, so this is where it is going to be. Okay, all you need to do is just to go to download document after it has been registered, and then you will need to download your status report. You're going to download the certificate and the trustee constitution. Okay, so those are the three documents that comes with it, and of course you know that immediately after the approval is done, you have to download your documents within 7 days. If not, you're going to be asked to pay extra 5,000 naira for each of the documents. So this is how you go about registering your incorporated trustees or your NGO with the Corporate Affairs Commission. All right, so this is how to go about registering your incorporated trustees or your NGO. If you have any question, you can always drop them in the comment section. But if you're a member of my masterclass and you're watching this, of course, you don't need to drop any comment or question in the comment section. You can always reach out to me in the group and then we can discuss whatever issue it is that you are having. And also, if you are not a member and you want to be a member of that masterclass, you can always reach out to me using the WhatsApp contact in the video description. It's just 10,000 naira to be in that class. So please, if you got value from this video, give it a like and share it so that more persons that need this kind of video will get to see it. But if you are not yet subscribed to this channel and you want to see more digital marketing and make money online opportunities like the one you've just watched, then why not hit the subscribe button and turn on the alert bell so that YouTube can notify you when next I make more videos. Thank you. I'll see you in the next one.